years I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Welcome back, guys. We are back with Ready to Love, and can you believe it? They are in the Motor City. Oh my gosh, we are in the Motor City. Hey JR, hey Ron, what's going on with you guys?
Hey, I'm all good, thanks. Hope everyone is well out there. Hope you're doing okay yourself, Aubrey. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm working on the mobility thing. I wasn't able to make it Friday to the big premiere. I saw Kamisha was in town, and a shout out to Kamisha Reviews, and you had Crystal XO and Scorpio Mo were in town, and I missed it, but that's okay. That's okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. And we
I was
had
gonna come down, but it was my sister's birthday that day.
well, yeah, I was wondering if you were going to be headed down. I was like, man, I'm gonna miss Brian too. But then I saw your sister's birthday on IG. So yeah, I said, okay, I didn't miss Ryan at least, but oh my God, I missed it. But in the meantime, in the tween time, it decided to snow here today. So what's the weather like where you are, JR?
We have unusually warm summer-like days and very chilly, cold nights.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think it's one of the warmest Novembers on record.
Oh wow. Okay. And everybody that's in the chat, whether you're live or whether you're watching on the replay, holler at us, holler back at us and let us know where you're listening and watching from and what the weather is doing. Hey, Auntie Donna, good friend of mine. Good to see you. El Cid in the house. Okay. Hello, folks. Hit the like. You said it. You said a mouthful right there. You said it. And Ryan, what's the weather like in Houston? Are you maybe somewhere else? I don't know. What's the weather like? Okay, Ron is unavailable at the moment. So we'll go ahead and get started. JR, what did you think? What did you think about this first episode of Ready to Love season 11?
Gotta say, on first impressions, it did feel different. Different to the last season. That's for sure.
This
I
season here,
think
you mean? Go ahead.
oh no. Trying to forget last season.
Okay.
But yeah, so I do think there is a very good looking cast as usual. Looks obviously can be deceiving. So the real devil in the detail is going to come down to the conversations, the chemistry, you know, and also who starts to align with who. So, but first impressions, it was a very, very interesting episode. Very cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. Any thoughts, Ryan?
I've been hearing good things. I think the cast seems authentic. I think you're gonna get that in Detroit because Detroit ain't for the, you know what I mean, the super lion or the trying to be a certain way, because you know how Detroit people are, the family member, somebody gonna call you out somebody's blogs. So you got to kind of be more authentic in that city because it's just how they roll. But yeah, I like the old, them kind of going back more to the old format. This kind of had a feeling of old Ready to Love, first 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah, and I think the audience appreciated it, and like I said, I've been hearing great things on the first episode and kind of with the cast in general.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. And that's a good question. JR, how did you feel? I liked it that they did all 20 singles in one mixer. What did you think, JR? Did that
Yeah, I actually think that's a better idea, to be honest. It kind of cuts time, so you don't get two separate mixers. And then also, it gives everybody a fair shot to get to meet each other at the same time. And, the first eliminations will be fairer, I would have thought, rather than when you split the mixers, you have a set of people who've met each other beforehand, and then they possibly put someone up for elimination that the other group haven't met yet. So, yeah, it kind of streamlines the process. I like that.
Okay. So we get started. We're meeting at the Ford plant. Of course, we got lots of cars. And we meet this lady, Dominique, right here. Dominique is 42. She's a celebrity stylist, and she seems to be very bubbly. What did you gentlemen think of her?
Ron, you want to go?
Yeah, JR.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she's coming across, confident, seasoned. I guess you can use the word.
You silly.
That she's dated, she's probably been in not similar situations, because there's no situation really like the mixer on the first day. That's why I always like the first episode, or even when I do podcasts, like commenting on the first episode, because until you experience it, there's nothing. It can't be duplicated. It ain't like going into they say, like, okay, if you can go into the club and go up to somebody and spark a conversation and have a good, upfront impression of yourself, you'll do well in the mixer. No, they don't design it that way. It's literally the way how they layer and how people come out. Like, she came out first.
She did, and then
people would. I think what JR said, like, oh, because they're bringing all 10 people out, the mixer is fair. No, the last person might not come out for another 4 hours.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, so they layer it like that.
Oh.
So if you're the last one out, everybody else and already had 4 hours to connect and they in a conversation, and you have to literally go up there and interrupt their conversation.
Okay.
You might have saw one little scene when the guy was like, "How you guys are doing?" Like, yeah, you can't just go up to the woman.
Right. It'd be too obvious.
Well, they're already in a conversation. You have to go. You can stand there like, what am I supposed to do? Everybody else in the conversation. They say, go. You got to go interrupt.
Right.
Yeah. So
I remember that from earlier seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing like the mixer. It is nerve wracking. It is different. So, but you could tell the people who are kind of been around, public speaking, a lot of people, stuff like that. They seem a little confident and calm. I think Dominique seemed, pretty confident and calm in the section. She wasn't really didn't give nervous vibes or anything like that.
No, she definitely was. You could tell she was very accustomed to speaking in front of people. Like you said, gave off confidence vibes. Would you agree with that, JR? She gave off confident vibes.
Definitely gave off confidence vibes.
Had the cute little outfit on. Okay, and then she gets to talk to Bello. Bello comes in, and Dominique's talking to Bello. Bello, it says here that he's 38. He's a wait a minute, that's
real estate.
Yeah, real estate. I'm looking at the wrong name. Okay, real estate and businessman, real estate developer. What did you guys think of him? Did he seem very suave and easy to talk to? What'd you guys think?
Yeah, I thought he seemed very confident. Very, I would use the word charming. Liked to smile a lot. Came across as very interested in the person he was speaking to. So, yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't wear the outfit that he's wearing, but but it takes some confidence to wear something like that.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. I like it. I actually do like it. And like you said, it takes a certain type of fella to have the confidence to wear that. Ron, is that something that you got in the back of your wardrobe? This jacket right here?
Maybe something similar a couple years back.
Okay.
But that's Detroit. Detroit gonna come with the dressing, with the flashy. It's gonna be other places might not understand it 100%, but like some of the stuff that they were wearing in other
Mhm.
seasons, people be like, "Oh, you wouldn't have got away with that." In Detroit, they would get away with that all day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely different strokes for different folks. And then we go to Emily. We meet Emily. Now, Emily is a seamstress, and she also works with, I believe she said teenagers in school, teaching them sewing. She's 44 years old, and she's given up the cleavage or the cleavage, as I would say. Like she got the girls up, hoisted up high, and given everybody's full attention. Uh, what did you guys think? Did you like all the cleavage and the eyelashes?
Uh, well,
She,
she definitely put in her best assets forward, and
okay.
hoping to obviously, engage with a lot of guys, turn some heads, and things like that. Which is nothing wrong with it. That's
Nothing
quite
wrong.
cool. And another person who's very confident, um, and I would even say she's well seasoned as well.
Yes, she is. She's 44. She's well seasoned and a little opinionated, according to Richie. But we're gonna get to that in a little bit in a minute. And we got
Like that
our.
though.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I say yeah, like I said, it's the mixer. The mixer is kind of a meat market. Call it what you want to call it. I was in it. So
Okay, meat market.
yeah, so yeah, you got yeah. I don't mind her putting the cleavage out, especially when I look behind. There wasn't much in the back, so
Oh my lord.
you ain't got much in the back. Show the front. Get the front out. You don't shoot.
Big front garden, small back garden.
You know what? Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Anywho. And you know what? While y'all on that topic, I gotta ask you a question. So, what did you think about when the women go to looking at the men's and asking them what size shoe they wear? Is that okay? Since we commenting on the ladies,
Yeah,
cleavage and their hip area. Well, is that okay for the ladies that you guys are let's say that you were single. Let's say you were single and you're in this mixer type of thing. How would you feel if she walked up to you and said, "Well, exactly what size shoe do you wear?"
I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'll tell her what my shoe size is,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't
Uh,
think I'll be coming in there trying to accentuate how big my feet are.
you wouldn't wear clown shoes or anything like that. What
Down
about you?
skis.
What about you, Ryan? Is that okay when the ladies ask that when
Yeah,
you're single?
I mean, I would take it as a joke because I don't think shoe size insinuates anything. I mean, they say Shaq small and he got like size 19 on it.
Size 22 or
Oh my!
something.
Wait a minute. Okay, how did we get here? Shaq is small, but yet y'all trying
That's
to
what
say
we
he got
hear. the
y'all
streets,
saying he got
the
a
streets be saying.
micro peen? Shaq, the Shaq, Shaquille, allegedly micro
Allegedly,
peen.
some women didn't call it out, but yeah,
Okay.
like I said, you can't get a bigger shoe size than
Well,
Shaq.
Okay.
it was working enough to give him 5 or 6 kids. So
They was like, we gonna get this juice out of Shaq, allegedly. Okay, so
Shaq Diesel.
well, moving on, we got Steven. We got Steven, who is 39, male, of course, as a teacher, and he loves to wear vintage clothes. What did you think of his wardrobe and his outfit and his attire, Ron? Since we got to get that Detroit aspect in there as well.
Yeah, I mean he kept it casual. He didn't wear the blazer or anything else like that. Through the glass on. Reminds me of a Detroit West Side guy. You know what I mean? Like he definitely
Yeah, yeah, he was
I can
giving that
tell, yeah,
strong West
he ain't no
Side vibe.
transplant. He from the D.
Yeah. He said he ain't no transplant, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I look at as like a typical Detroit guy. You know what I mean? They're little, laid
Mm.
back, little creative, little, nice. Use the word average, but just on, they normal stuff. You know what I mean? And they don't come at them with too much of some other stuff. So
Yeah.
he got to find. I think he has to find the right match in this
Okay.
group
Okay.
because
being a
Kind of what I
teacher
was
and all.
telling, some of the guys before this and stuff is like ready to love, you know, I ain't gonna say a dating with an agenda, but it's kind of it's a little
Kind of
different. So,
a little
yeah.
different.
So you being just normal you and just go with the flow and kind of how a usual dating scene doesn't always work in these type of environments. So you got to be a little more adjustable. And sometimes with Detroit men, that's what they lack. They're not super adjustable to stuff. It's like take it or leave it. This is who I am, type of people.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in this show, you got to kind of be able to adjust yourself a little bit.
I think so. I think that's a good rule for dating overall. I do think so. We see that on a lot of these reality shows, like even on Married at First Sight, Love is Blind. People don't want to adjust, i.e., or compromise with their partners, and that's not really a good sign, I think. But let's move forward to Brother Devon. Brother Devon is 38. He's a University of Michigan project manager, which I was like, okay, that's interesting. Brother Devon, he's interesting guy. What did you guys think? What was your take on him, Ron? What was your take on Devon?
A little nerdy. This is still
Yes.
Detroit. That swag means something in the Motor City. Always have, always will. So you got a little bit of it. Where in DC East Coast, he'd be the perfect guy, for those. They can rock with that. But he was smart enough to kind of find that mathematical nerd chick too, and hopefully he hooks his wagon up to her and try to ride
Right.
that out to the sunset.
Right. He knows his type. He knows he's not gonna be for everybody. So yeah. What about you, JR? What did you think of Brother Devon?
Brother Devon looks like a very studious guy. Like, yeah, I would consider him to be of the nerd persuasion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Again, he works in a university as well, so comes across as a studious kind of fellow. The feedback was mainly about his mannerisms, I think. And we'll obviously get into the conversation he had later about the pets and all that stuff. But first impressions, yeah, he did seem like a more. I think if we spoke about confidence before. I think he is confident, but I also can see why some of the women may think he's the weaker link amongst the guys at the mixer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Sid saying no. Wait a minute. She said no. He thought Angela was all about him, but she was not.
It's hard to read the room sometimes. Shout out to the University of Michigan, though.
Right. Oh, yeah. Definitely
My
shout
school.
out to
My
Go
school.
Blue. Definitely
But I
shout.
didn't like the way she did him though. That was kind of dirty and stuff. Like just because the man's a little on the nerdier side, and that's just who he is, and he's just expressing himself. But to try to make him out with his mannerisms to seem feminine or kind of like almost like she was this insinuating that he was kind of on the gay or something. You know what I mean? Like I hate when black women do that stuff. I mean, they've been
I
doing it for
don't
years.
know. Yeah, but you know what? On this take, I have to say I didn't feel like she was saying necessarily that he might have a different orientation or anything like that. I think she was just simply saying that there are some men, and my mother used to tell me about this when I was younger. She used to tell me about there are some men that just maybe they were raised around only their mothers, their aunties, their grandmothers, and they just have picked up mannerisms that we consider to be feminine. It doesn't mean that they're gay or anything like that, but they're a little softer than what we might
But
like.
soft and mannerisms two different things. Like she was imitating the mannerisms. She throwing spirit fingers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like a little too much. You know what I mean? Like you can get
Oh,
say,
okay.
yeah, you doing a
Uh-huh.
little too much. You can get say, you know what I mean? That what you wanted to say and what she should have said is, I'm used to a dude that's a little more hood. They don't want to say that because it makes them look bad, but that's the reality of the situation. You used to hit hood Negroes, and that's what you're attracted to, and you like a little hood in your man. And a lot of women don't want to say that on a platform like this, but in reality, when you look at the baby daddies, when you look at the past dudes and stuff like that, they was really into. All of them had a little street into them. This dude doesn't.
Now you might have hit on something. Because over the years coming up in Detroit, I've had girlfriends, and when we were going out to the clubs, some of my girlfriends were specifically, like you said, into the guys that were a little more hood. Whereas I always liked the nerdier guy, the engineer guy, the guy that was, cerebral, more or less, right? But yeah, I think that's the other part of it too. He was not giving off those city slick, hood vibes, as you say. What do you
Right.
think?
And also, I don't think, if you told a guy that he was feminine, I don't think you'd see it as a term of endearment. I don't think he'll take that as a compliment. So
No,
yeah,
you wouldn't take it as a compliment.
No,
But-
that's not a compliment. They don't
exactly.
take hood as a compliment too. I remember when I was on the show, I pointed out one individual female, and I say, "Hey, y'all like you kind of in the hood dudes, I bet." And she admitted it. But the production was
Okay.
looking at it like I assaulted her, and I'm like, I did not assault you by saying what you like. Just because you know what I mean. A dude's a little hood don't mean that he's a criminal, broke. You know what I mean? All the stuff that you associated with it just meant that that's your type. So
Oh.
it's not necessarily a negative on either way. Now you call a man feminine, that's negative because you went all the way to the other side of what a man is. But
Exactly.
yeah, when we call them nerdy is not a insult anymore. Like
Nope.
some women
No.
like nerd. My sister, that's all she wants. So that's a compliment to some guys. You know what I mean? Depending on who the
Yeah, because people associate being nerdy with being intelligent.
Yes.
So it's not a derogatory word, but to say feminine, that's a different thing.
Yeah, it's different. Very different. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. The talking, I think he did not read the room though when she was talking about the dog, and then he went all into great detail. It was kind of like he was doing too much, and was he really asking her? It kind of goes back to, like, I don't know, you guys that are watching Married at First Sight. I'm kind of having a Pat and Rhonda moment. Like, are you asking her questions about herself? Are you moving the conversation forward? Because hopefully the dog is not the only thing you guys have in common, whether you like a dog or whether you're allergic to the fur, the hair, or whatever. What did you think, JR? Did you think he did a good job moving the conversation forward?
I thought he tried to have a conversation, but it was with someone who isn't feeling it. She was quickly picking up that he's not right for her. So she was kind of acting disinterested. The more he started to speak about it, and as being a nerd, you kind of overtalk and kind of get too technical, and it might be boring to some people. So he needs to find someone that matches his speed, where when he goes into these conversation pieces and he starts expressing himself, he has someone that's receptive. He didn't read the room. He didn't realize that she was losing interest, and he didn't shift the topic. So they just aren't a match. She's not feeling it.
Yeah, well, that was a thing. So we're gonna move forward
And
from.
it's just
go
to
ahead.
add to that, it's tough in a mixer where it's 10 on 10
Okay.
because you have very limited time. You look at TV, it look like this thing went on for a long time, but you're forced to talk to all 10 of the women because you got to get all 10 of the women's vote. So even if I'm sitting down with a woman I'm not attracted to, I have to go talk to her. If I'm sitting down with a woman I don't have anything to comment to, I have to try to still make a good impression because this is the mixer. This is the meat market. I need her vote. So I can't, the worst thing you can do in a mixer is hit a connection right away and sit down with a woman for 2 or 3 hours because now every other guys have been talking to all the other women. They've been getting their attention and votes. And then when it comes down to vote, all the other women gonna be like, "Well, I don't even know who he is. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. This, and that. He can leave." And that one person that you're talking to all the time,
they're not gonna be able to save you. They're not gonna be able to save you, are they?
They ain't gonna be able to save you. So you got to know the rules and regulations So
Oh.
it's musical chairs. It's bouncing around. You got to make quick first impressions,
Mhm.
and so I saw they cut that up, but that conversation probably could have been only 4 minutes with him sitting down with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he has to have time to go move around and talk to all the ladies and try to get his impression on, especially when they was told the elimination was tonight.
Right. Well, she did finally tell him. I recall the young lady that was sitting with him. Was that Christina? Who was he talking to about the dog? Was that Christina or no? Well, anyway, whoever he was talking to, they said, "Look, we got to move around. We got to move around." So I think that she let him know, "Look, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm not gonna just be able to sit here and just talk with you indefinitely." So they moved it on, and then of course we have this, and Tommy came in. Tommy came into the room. Hey, hey, hey! I'm Uncle, Cousin, Nephew Tommy, and I'm here. I'm back. I'm in the D. Like I'm in Detroit. Okay, and tonight we are going to have elimination of 4 people. We're going to have up to 4 people. And, the crowd was like, 4? What happened to just 2? When did we go from 2 to 4? So I think everybody got up and got nervous and started to kind of circulate. And so we have the singles on this side we're looking, and they're like, what? And then you got the singles on this side. They were looking like, ooh, whoa, what? Like, everybody's trying to figure out what is really going on. Why would Tommy, why are we talking about eliminating 4 people?
To make
Any idea? Go ahead.
to to make them have more meaningful conversation.
Ah,
If you thought you could sit back and coast your way through it, nope. You got to get up and go talk to people. And knowing that 4 people could be eliminated, you don't want to be one of the first to go home. So that's your motivation.
this is who I was thinking of. I'm sorry. I agree with you on that. You got to be motivated. This is who I was thinking of. Ashley. I couldn't think of her name. Ashley's 31. She was the one talking to Devon, and when she finally said they were talking about the Yorkie, and she said, "Hey, I got to move around. We got to move around. Good talking to you. Uh, check back in with me. Circle back with me later." What did you guys think about Ashley? Ron?
I'm trying to remember a little bit. What was her occupation?
She's a personal trainer. She's 31, and she was the young lady that was talking to Devon, and they were talking about her dog, the Yorkie, and he was saying that he's allergic and so forth and so on.
Yeah, I don't think it was the right match for him, but I think she can match up with some of the other guys that's in the mixer, in the group. She'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. And what about you, JR? You feel the same way?
Yeah, because she's a dog lover. She's a dog mom. So immediately talking to a guy who's allergic and doesn't like pets, then she's like, okay, it's time to move it along because my dog ain't going nowhere. And yeah, so and the fact that he may have allergies. Oh no! So it's not even just a dislike; it's the fact that he can't even be around animals. Next, keep it moving.
Yeah, it wasn't really the dogs though, but you guys gotta, like, when you're looking at the mixer and starting off, you gotta really pay attention to the two things, because these are the 2 things that we as castmates are paying attention to in a mixer. And the main 2 things, with 3 things, is occupation, age,
Mm.
and kids.
Ah.
Now,
Okay.
women, they're looking at the height. They're gonna lie all day, so they're not, but they're looking at the tallest guy right away because they got to make a decision. That's their biggest eliminator, quickest eliminator. So if you look at past guys that were eliminated first, they were usually the shorter guys. Period. That's just facts of Ready to Love history. So women are looking at height, but the men are definitely looking at how many kids that woman got and what her age is. Period. So and women kind of do to a certain extent. So him being 38, her being 31, and him having no swag is probably going to eliminate him. I don't care if he loved dogs or not. It's just not going to
Yeah.
match up with it is, especially in Detroit, kind of how they roll.
Right. 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 Okay. All right. So got her out the way, and then we're gonna move over to Nicole. Nicole, Who I know? She's 38. Oh, university lecturer. Now she's the one who also went to school with Ed, and Ed is in management, right?
Mhm.
Uh oh, wait a minute. Okay, that was Richie and Emily talking. Okay, so what did you think, JR, about Richie and um Emily? They were having a conversation about the motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think they're a good match. He's a motorcycle enthusiast, and she was like, "Nope, I ain't never getting on no motorbike, and I don't do extreme things, and blah blah blah." Then
Hmm.
she noticed the Playboy tat, and that was game over for that connection. I think she saw that Playboy tat, and his rationale for having it initially seemed okay. It's a tattoo. I used to be like that, but I'm not anymore. I've changed. And then he added the bit about his brother having the nickname Playboy, and it's for his brother. And I don't think she bought that that side of the explanation.
Yeah, no, I don't think she bought it either. A little bit of an age gap too between these two. It feels like I'm not sure of the exact, because Emily I have here is 44. I don't believe that Richie is quite that age yet. But yeah. Anything you want to add, Ron?
Yeah, I guess extreme age gap. Like I said, she's 44, he's low 30s. Um, she's looking probably at from her kind of commentary and stuff, it's almost like she's looking for a guy to come in and take some of that load off of her.
Mm-hmm.
From a working standpoint. Uh I don't think Richie is Rob, but I'll call him. Yeah, I'll go with what they call him on the show. Uh, is at that point, that's not what he's looking for and to do. So
Okay.
it's kind of, and I hope I ain't seen all the guys' age yet, but I hope all the guys are not under 40. I'm hoping it's a couple older guys, and because Ready to Love does this mistake all the time, and it is not fair
Mm-hmm.
to the women because that are like 43 to 44, 45. That's a kind of uh
Well, we got a couple that.
a danger zone dating zone for women on this type of show because
Okay.
she will be fine, probably with an older an older established gentleman that's
Mm-hmm.
50, 48, 49, and I guess they never really put those guys. To tell the truth, let's tell the truth. Those guys are hard to find.
Okay. And then
They're
they're
harder to find.
single. Right. They're harder to
Yeah,
find.
it's hard to
But
find a single. Everybody wants a distinguished, tall, single, 48, 49, 50-year old with a nice silver beard
yeah, the
and
silver fox guy.
all the money in the safe. They're
Right.
ready to say, baby, you know what I mean? You've been doing this since you were 44. You just could retire and I'll take care of all the rest of the stuff. Yeah. But that's not always reality. And you see like the guys that are on the hustle and on the bustle and coming up, they're all 38, 39, like that. And I don't know if they're gonna reach out to a 44, 45-year-old woman when
Oh,
they can
okay. I
go
see.
younger.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I see you want to do. You think that maybe they Ready to Love should sprinkle in some higher 40s and maybe early 50s. Because I was gonna say this season, according to my notes, we do have Chef Chris, who is a male who is 42, and we also
Still
have.
younger than her though. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You got Darius, who's 40, the bedazzled guy, but he's already attracted to the much younger woman, Ashante, who's 31. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So until the respect of the production, they try. They really do. Because I
Hmm.
remember them asking me, man, you don't know nobody in that I'm in that 50-year, that range and stuff like that. They try to get them a couple seasoned men in there for those type of women to kind of to match up to, but it's what I mean, this is a hard little dating range within that 42, it seems like the 45 woman
Yeah.
that's on the show. It's hard for them to match them up with the right guy, what I mean, what they're looking for at that stage.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That makes
Mm.
sense. Um,
And well, when
uh,
she stated her requirements, she also kind of
mhm.
indicated that she's from what I gathered, she's open to dating a younger guy anyway, because she did make the comments about ED and hospice
Ah.
food and all this other stuff. So I
Mhm.
don't think she will go too far older than maybe her own age. Possibly would look younger for the
Nah,
virility
anybody
aspect
who
of
gonna pay them bills, she gonna go. She'll go there.
it.
She might find her a rose or something.
She wouldn't even
One
brought up ED if she was dating younger men. She bringing that up because she already experienced some stuff from an older guy.
Yeah, and she don't want no more. She don't want no more parts, no
you
body
guys.
parts.
Well, they want the older guy say, "Hey, baby, you don't." Wait, was she doing that little teaching job with it? Baby, you don't gotta do that no more. Because she already said, like, I don't do the seamstress stuff as much because I had to work so much. She already didn't sound tired.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah, and she a Detroit woman too. Yeah, she want a man to come in there and take her that load off, the full load, not the 50-50 load. She want the full load off.
Mona, what's the reason why? Why is she up for elimination?
You're
Tell us
probably
that.
talking about because of the
Oh,
age.
the
Because
age.
the point I was
Oh,
talking about with that bat, it's hard in the age groups that she was in to match.
oh yeah. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying. Okay, very good point. Yeah, that could be. That could be as in real life too. You know, society tells us that there is a clock. We know as women and scientists, we know that biologically there's a clock on women with their age as far as having children, but there's also, it seems to be in the marketplace, as you like to call it, Ron, there seems to be a clock as far as age too, to hook up. Yeah. Okay, you were right. That's what she was saying. Okay, guys, I got you. What did you guys think of this? This is where I made the thumbnail about. We have it looks like, what is it, Dominique, I think, and in her go-go boots. And what's the guy here? Does anybody know the guy? Is this Felix? What is his name? But they're talking, and she was telling him that she's got, like, I guess, three kids, and I think the twins are 25, and then she said her youngest one is 21, and he was like, wow, how do you manage to have kids that are older than you are? What did you guys think about this interaction? JR?
It looked like a fun, wholesome interaction. It complimented her and how young she looks, considering she's got three grown kids, and that obviously brought a smile to her face to hear that. So, for the most part, it looked like a cool interaction.
It did. It really did. It did. And what about you, Ryan?
threw me off a little bit. I mean, I've been in the Ready to Love chats, and it seemed like everybody's getting her to rep that she looks older than 42.
Hmm.
So they
Okay.
were coming to me because like I said, my family do know her, that she was lying about her age. That's been the stilo on her.
Oh, okay. Well, uh, do you think that she looks older than 42? I mean, or can you say?
I mean,
You
it's
can't
so
say.
hard on that. I don't like to judge people from
Yeah.
what I see from this show on the TV because of the way the makeup is and the way their cameras are. Because every person I've seen, I've met in their half every cast member in person, and they
Right.
all look different to me. You know what I mean? So I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know what? When they do interviews after the show, so a lot of it is the lighting and the camera, I think, too. I think you have a point there.
So I can't. Yeah, I guess if it's my opinion on how they made her look on the show with the makeup and stuff. Yeah, it does look a little older than 42, but like I said, I've seen that before, and then saw the person in person, was like, dang, you're very youthful appearance. Like it made you look a lot older on
On the
the
show.
show. Then you got, and then you add in the camera putting 15 pounds on most people, and you know what I mean. The person could look totally different if you see them in person.
Yeah. I thought that, how can I say this? I thought, if I was just from TV, now I haven't seen her in person, but I thought that she looked like her later 30s, 36, 37, 38. 42 is subjective because people age differently and they look different at different ages, but I thought she looked great personally. That was just me. I just thought she looked great. And I would not have looked at her and just thought off the rip that she had a 25-year-old child. So that's me.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what the dude was saying. You know, like for I think for how she presented a lot younger than that, and
Yes.
he was quite surprised when she was like how old the kids were, and he was kind of he probably needs to double take and be like, wow, you still look good.
Right. Yeah. Now that I think that's going to be something that's going to be, and Ron, you brought this up, like a sticking point for some of the ladies and some of the men, like who have children. Some of the ladies have, sounds like 2 and 3 children already, and are they going to want to pair up and match up with guys who maybe don't have children and maybe want to have children when they're married or in a serious relationship? I wonder how that's going to work out this season.
Mm.
But we move forward and we got was it Stephen the teacher with the singer? This young lady I think is a singer. Is that Christina?
Hmm.
I believe that's Kristen. Yeah, the singer songwriter. Now, what did you guys think? I was like, I don't know whether she was joking or whether she was serious when she started talking about the things that she likes to do and how she has to go to concerts. She has to be in the VIP section always, or she has to be up on the stage some kind of way. And that when you have these kind of looks, she did her face, like her face card. Well, when you have these kind of looks, it's kind of hard to just be a regular schmegular person at the concert. What did you think about that, JR?
Yeah, I definitely thought to myself, they may not be a good match. He seems a lot more reserved, and she seems more out there, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, like you said, she's the type of person that's going to be up on the stage and front and center of different productions, and always involved in putting stuff, musical pieces together and things. Um, Good thing is, he's in a similar field where uh, he works in a school and everything, and has to have organization and planning as part of his day too. But other than that, I didn't really see a match, just a cordial conversation.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It seemed like they did. They were just having pleasant conversation. And what about you, Ron? Did you witness this interaction, and what did you think?
Oh, I would have got up and walked away. I wouldn't even said nothing.
What?
Oh yeah, a woman giving her own compliment in front of herself is cringe.
It gave
I
you
was
the
like,
ick.
yo, what? I got up and especially, I mean, maybe you can get away with saying something like that in Detroit, but you cannot say nothing like that to no men. If you in Houston, all them pretty women around there looked at her like she was crazy. Like, girl, give me
Yeah, I
like
don't
yo
know.
face card, girl. I see 10 yard at the gas station today. Go here.
Mm.
That mess.
I mean, it's just like it's a little bit, what's this? There's confidence, and then what is it?
You can't, women,
So
let me give you some
cocky.
advice. You can't play it this way, even if you do feel that way. Damsel in distress. God dang, learn it, write it down. No man gonna want to hear about your Vegas and VIP and stuff. He's not gonna want to keep up with that
With
your
all of that.
lifestyle, the hybrids. You don't
Hmm.
bring that on a person when you first meet them. They're gonna run from you. That
Exactly.
they like, okay, this is what she's doing for herself and doing already. She gonna expect me to do more. You know what? When women bring up that VIP and all that stuff like that, this
Okay,
is
what
what
are
I
they doing?
think of. This VIP and backstage stuff like that. I say, oh, that's good. If we were dating with those same men, these guys are your friends, right? Oh yeah, they get my homies, my friends. What the girl's gonna say? Oh, would they be okay getting me a VIP pass too to go back there with you? Because I got girls that
No.
I'm friends with, and I got girls that I invite out to stuff on some, maybe it might turn into something else type of stuff. The girls I'm friends
Oh,
with, I'm like, oh, you found you a man? Oh, bring him. He can come to the park. You know what I mean? Like that. I want to meet him. The girls
right.
that I ain't, oh, you can't bring no men, bring all women or this and this and that. So now you're on a dating show that's ready to love. You going
Okay.
to all these places, but you're barely just hanging around with men who are offering you this stuff, trying to hit or get on, and you can't invite no other men up there or do anything like that. If you're in a relationship, so why would you even bring it up?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Kind of giving showing all your cards too soon, huh?
Oh, it the whole interaction said red flag.
Red flag on the play. Okay.
What did
Okay.
you think, Aubrey? Did you think she was a bit self-centered, a bit conceited, or
I thought so. Yes, I did. I thought that, like I said, there's confidence, and then there's overconfidence, and then there's cocky. I felt like she was cocky. And speaking on feminine and masculine attributes, I never look at cocky as being feminine at all. I really don't think it looks good on a woman. That's my personal opinion. And to what Ryan was saying about the VIP, all of that situation, that does tell a man something that maybe you're not intending to tell him. You're trying to tell him that you have this certain lifestyle, but rather than telling him that you can supply this lifestyle for yourself, it's probably going to give him the idea that your men in the past, or men that you know, are giving you this lifestyle, and then what are you going to be expecting him to do? Like,
mm,
and one last thing, it's great to go out, but I wonder, if you're looking for a mate, do people ever think about, well, what are we going to do in our quiet times? So everybody should have some kind of quiet activity, whether you just cuddled up at home watching a movie, or ready to love with your person, or reading at home, or I don't know, knitting socks or something, making mittens. What do you think? Do you like a woman that's always talking about being out all the time at this point?
Outside is expensive.
one?
It's
Out,
expensive. It's
Mhm.
expensive. It's expensive. It's unaffordable,
yeah,
especially in Detroit. You talking to a Detroit dude like the Detroit men like to be in the house. It ain't
yeah,
Houston. Houston,
especially in the
Atlanta
especially in the
is a little
winter.
more
Yeah.
outside-ish. I get it. That's just the environment. It's a lot to do. It's always something. It ain't much to do in Detroit.
No, it's not. Not
It
not in
ain't.
the winter. And who wants to be out? What woman wants to be out? Back when I was running the clubs and things like that, it was hilarious trying to do that in the wintertime. You
Yeah,
sloshing
it's
around
not even
trying
an
to look
environment
cute.
for it. So
Yeah,
in
it's
Detroit, a
not.
Detroit man, like I said, they're more of a homebody person anyway. So like it's just literally the you got to know your audience, you got to know your city or whatever it is. Like I said,
Hmm.
Atlanta, Houston, sure, people go out all the time, even if it's just a happy hour or something like that. They budget for that, and this is more of a social thing, even when you're dating. But besides them two places, everybody else in the house.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
want to be the men want to be in the house. The men don't want to be all going to the VIP and every concert and stuff like that. They want to be
Oh.
watching football. They want to be doing their thing and stuff like that at the crib. That's why they get in a relationship. And I think with the social media stuff, that women, people are women are at the house and they're looking on the social media and they're saying, "Oh, the girls are out brunch and doing this and doing that, and then she found the man to pay for all that and things of this nature," and it's giving like this perceived notion of fear of missing out.
Hmm.
So they kind of have that, that kind of attitude and things of that nature. But yeah, if a woman wants to go be out and do this all the time and stuff like that, you can't afford that. It's very expensive lifestyle. And like you said, it's not reality. Reality is cuddled up in the house, she working on her little work project, you in the other room or in the thing working on your little work project, and y'all trying to, move and build together. But like I said, that's the false reality of relationships, and that's why we don't have a lot of them.
Mm. Also, isn't she the one that said she doesn't know whether she needs a man or a manager?
Yes, the singer lady. Yes, she did. Yes, she
Right.
did.
So
Which is
maybe there's an ulterior motive there as well. Maybe,
right. Right.
maybe
That.
she,
Thank
the
you for bringing
the primary thing may be to actually get attention and maybe create opportunities
for her
from the show,
music.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
rather
Yeah.
than find a man.
Mona's agreeing with you, and so do I. Absolutely. So we move forward. Again, you guys may have to help me with the names. I believe this is Lauren. I don't get the gentleman's name here. Anybody out in the chat um, know this gentleman's name? But anyway, they're talking about. So this made me think about you, Jr. Because she asked him, was he still working out? He said, "Oh, hecky, yeah. I've been working out on my abs." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, really?" And she said, "Well, is that a 2-pack, a 4-pack, a 6-pack?"
Or a
uh,
family pack.
or a family pack. And then she said, "No, no, 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 you don't have to take off your clothes and show me." I thought that
Hmm.
was cute. What did you think of this interaction, JR, since you are a resident personal trainer and so forth?
Yeah, well, he said he's got a 4-pack, and the 6 is hard to get. He's not wrong on that. You got to pay careful attention and get everything right.
Hmm.
Your nutrition, your training, your sleep, all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
But even your supplements if you need them. But yeah, like he seemed very into her, and she obviously liked him too. I think aesthetically, it could be a good match. The chemistry is alright,
Yeah.
but it's still very early for me to say. But again, another cordial date.
Very, very cordial. Good conversation. They were able to keep the conversation going from what we could see and what we could tell. Any thoughts you want to add to this, Ron? This couple?
I don't necessarily see it as a match. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I said, East Side. Grew up in the
Oh
hood,
yeah, he
kind
was
of
the
kept it real.
one. Yeah, he was the one that made that comment about the West Siders. Okay, my Dukes are up
Yeah, so he's probably a little tough guy. Probably was like, what I mean, uh, wherever the world brought him up in college and stuff, and probably was a little party animal that's simmering down now. So he used to being around ladies and things of that nature. So he's confident. He's under control. He ain't gonna say no goofy stuff. But it's her is gonna be tough to match her because one, she's very tall.
Hmm.
there.
At 6 foot, you could tell she wear heels to bed. So she probably powering up there about 6'3", 6'4" right about now in that mixer.
Hmm.
Um I think she's on the news or something. You know what I mean? Like, so she's needs a
Yeah,
high profile guy. She has 3 kids. Hard person to match. She's gonna have
that's Ed. This is
yeah,
it.
she's gonna want a certain type of guy and things of that nature. We'll see. I think a lot of the guys will be attracted to her, but like I said, when men are trying to kind of link up with somebody that they're on the same page with it, equally yoked, this is not the type of show where every man's gonna swing for the stars with it because there is an elimination aspect of it. So they're gonna try to get centered with a female that they think is gonna be 100% into them and all that also. And I think she might have I think he's word intimidate, but kind of throw a few men off. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, they'll keep her around, but it's gonna be hard to match her.
Yeah, and also she made the height comment. I think the guy she was talking to was 6'2", and she was like, "Well, would you date someone taller than you?" And she's 6 foot, so she's actually shorter, but it's because of the heels.
Yeah, she's gonna have some 4-inch heels on this
Yeah,
show. You know what I
so
mean?
she gonna
Like,
wear 4-inch heels and tower over most people. Like, who is she looking for? Someone 6'6", 6'8"?
She need to talk to Dominique about that. Dominique maybe can hook her up with some of those NBA ball players.
Yeah, or go look at Hussein from Philly or whatever. But
well, it depends. I mean, we had a tall cast on my season. It just
Mm,
depends on how they cast the men, but these men don't look super tall.
nah, I mean six
Yeah,
two is still relatively tall. It's above the height to meet most women's requirements. That 6 foot stuff. But
right, right.
yeah.
again,
We had on our show Jason, AJ. They 6'6", and then you
Oh, okay.
had Joel's about a 6'3", 6'4". David 6. You know what I mean? So you had some people
You
up
guys
there,
did
but
have a tall cast. Yes, you
yeah, we had
did.
tall cast. Um,
Wow.
but like I said, if the cast is a little shorter and she want to walk around with them 6 foot, them 4-inch heels, it's
mm,
going yeah.
Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button and you're subscribing and sharing us out too as we come to a near a close. Okay, so Tommy comes back in and talks to the ladies. He wants to know who's got their attention, who did they like, who did they maybe not think made a great first impression. Um, Goes over to the guys, same thing. Guys, which ladies made a good impression and which ladies didn't. Make a good first impression, and we get Dominique's name thrown up. This brother. Oh, help me out, guys. What's this brother's name? Is that
Chris
he's
Rock.
so, hmm?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Yeah, everybody said he had a good sense of humor. But anyway, he kind of peeped her out because of her tattoo. So apparently she has this rose tattoo, which is so funny because I actually have a sister who had a rose tattoo with her husband's name in it. And even when she first got it, I said, "What are you going to do if the marriage falls apart?" And she said, "I'm going to have them fill it in." And apparently this lady got it filled in, but you can still see the person's name through the fill in. So what did you guys think about that? What did you think about that, JR?
Listen, people need to realize tattoos, they're kind of permanent. And even if you alter it, the sentiment that, made you put it there is going to be questionable for some people and be like, right, you love that guy so much that you deserve that he deserved you to etch his name on your body. You must have been pretty in deep. So there'll be a lot of curiosity around why she did that, I would assume. But yeah, she I'm not sure about her. I could see why she was down. Yeah, I can see why she was in the bottom. Like she
Okay.
just did. Yeah, like I think it's okay to have standards, but it's also how you carry yourself and how you have the conversations. So
Okay. And what about you, Ron? Did you feel any particular thing about the tattoo? Women who have tattoos with their exes in them, and
Yeah, what threw me off was who the
mhm.
ex was, because one was Antonio Gates. I played ball with him in high school. Good friend. Um, and I'm like, when did you? One, you weren't married to him, so you just got a tattoo of him, and two, when? Because I know his type, and I got to see some older pictures of her, and also let's just keep it real. I don't know if Gates was I wouldn't take him as being a faithful and a faithful player at the time or any time. So why did you get it? Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of questions. What's going on with it? I understand why you covered it up, but I would have to, like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of women is gonna say, "Oh, I was young, I was young, I was young. We make mistakes, I was young." But men ain't taking that no more as the answer to some of these puzzles. Like, okay, you're young, but you got where's the account? We got some accountability. Do we have some this? We have some that? Because when men make mistakes when we're young, we get penalized for that in the dating market later on and things of that nature. That I was young is not an excuse.
Okay.
But when women, when they dated the hood dude or the guy who was serial cheater and all this like that, chasing some money or chasing the wrong stuff, they were just like, "Oh, I was young, this and that. This I grew out of that. This is what I want now." And we're just supposed to get accepted and take it on a platter. And men stop doing that now. You see now they catching on to that bullshit. You can't just those days are over.
and also, like, let's be fair. We spoke briefly about the Playboy tattoo, and it's the same kind of reaction, but in reverse. Two people got tattoos, symbolizing something that took place in their past, and they were kind of looked at. I don't know if we could say judged, but they definitely aroused questions about the tats, and when they would probably prefer to have the conversation more meaningful about their personalities or whatever. So the tattoos were
We
kind of
know the
like a
reputation of athletes, right? And you got two of them. You know what I mean? So it ain't like you could say I dated one, learned my lesson, and then stop doing that. No, you went to another one, and it ended up being what, two tattoos covered up, because we already know kind of the stilo of athletes in dating and what it is. So are you looking for money? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real with it. I was, hey, them dude came in there with the millions and stuff, and it looked good. I'll do it over again.
With Sean Leonard.
But you know what I mean? Where is the surface level? Where is the emotional connection? Where is all that
Okay.
in you and stuff? And if you're just about the flash and everything like that, and you're on a dating show like this, it's supposed to be about connection and under the surface level, where do you really stand when it comes to the show and being ready to love?
Exactly. And also, she set the bar quite high for herself. Being with two former pro athletes, the next guy she meets, that could quite possibly be a step down in lifestyle to what she's been accustomed to.
But now I got a question for you though, because I feel this differently. Like I see it like when he said, okay, she's dated these two men who were professional athletes,
She's married to
and
one.
and yeah, because that's what I heard too. Mona didn't hear that, but yes, I heard that she was married to one too. Okay,
It wasn't gay. I don't think it was Gates though.
but well,
No,
hold
it's with
on,
Sean
hold on.
Leonard. It was with Sean Leonard, the basketball player.
Okay.
But hold on, let me get this out. But the thing about it is, he says, this guy here says, well, but like, what are you here for then? Because in other words, we're regular schmegular guys.
Mhm.
And what can we add to this? But my thing is, why was he feeling that way? Why would he say that even on a confessional? Because if you're bringing good character to it, if you're bringing your lifetime of experience and love and all the things that guys say that they bring to the table, why are you worried about that she dated or was married to a professional ball player? That's not, why worry about that?
Because the bar is set because of the lifestyle that some women want to be provided. And if you come from a lifestyle of mansions and luxury vehicles and things like that, then and big houses or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
traveling, whatever, then like I
Okay.
said, those are big shoes to fill with a majority of guys, because there's only a few selected people that become pro athletes like that, make them type of meals, get them type of contracts.
Yeah,
So
I believe she makes her own money.
yeah.
absolutely. But does
I
she want to
agree with
spend
that.
her own money?
But
Or does she want a
but the
lifestyle to
fact
be
of the matter
provided
is,
for?
too,
Good point.
it'd be different if it was one athlete, but two is trendy. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, I don't like
Okay.
and that's just two we know of. It might be another one in the mix that she might have dated at the time, stuff like that. She said she like athletes, and them athletes like to keep those type of women. All the athletes date the same woman. They like to keep them girls in the circle because they understand the athlete's lifestyle. They usually let the athlete get away with a little more cheating and things of that nature. You know, it's a whole different lifestyle type of thing. So, JR is right. To be in that type of lifestyle, you've done it twice, you know that circle, and then to come into civilian dating it is a different world. And yeah, as you're a man, you should be concerned of that if you're spending your time, your resources, things of that nature, dating her. I those are valid questions. I would have those too.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
She would have to come say, "Hey, this is what I did.
Okay.
I like I ain't no done with athletes. If I had this covered up, I'm looking for such and such type of guy." But she didn't really do that. It was almost on her confessional. She doubled down and said, "Yeah, I'm used to that. I'm used to that money. I'm used to."
Well, I guess my thing is, yeah, I look at it like you can date someone and you can be married to someone and they're in this stratosphere. That does not mean that you don't want a good guy that is maybe to other people or to you as someone who was married to a professional ball player, someone that other people will say, well, he's not in that same league as your professional ball player ex-husband, but he may be a better fit for you all the way around. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but it might be what JR is saying. It might be a salary requirement in there, meaning,
okay,
okay, maybe I was with a guy that was making millions. The next guy, I'm 40 something years old. I ain't gonna get a guy making that. These athletes don't even make that no more. But I still can't go under
half a million.
300,000, 400,000. You know what I
$300,000.
mean?
Okay, okay.
which
Well,
eliminates a lot of
yeah.
men. You know what I mean? Let's keep
Yeah,
it real. You know what I mean?
that
Like,
well,
women
that
like to dream and say, "Oh, I have this big pool of men. They're making $400,000, $300,000,
no,
and they're
no,
tall and this and this and that." And then
no.
it's delusional.
It is delusional. It is delusional. I know someone like that. Let me keep it at that. I won't give away any identifying features, but I know someone like that and has spent a lifetime looking for that and still hasn't found it. So anywho, guys, so what did you think about the final four, the two men that are up on the cutting block? You got Devon over here on the left, and you got Richie over here to the right. Did the ladies make the right choice in offering these two guys as being at the bottom in terms of making a good first impression? What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, like I said, with Rob being young, and more, you know what I mean, like I said, he's West Side, it's 7 Mile, 8 Mile, dude. You know what I mean? That's what he is.
Oh, Richie. Okay.
Yeah, Richie. Yeah, real name's Rob, but uh yeah, that's what he is. So, like he said, he's used to getting a lot of attention from women, but from that area, from that, you know what I mean? Never, you know what I mean, happen to, to be young on this
Yeah.
show, you would have to come with a certain status and maturity level and to really catch the women's attention. I remember the DC.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking of. The little young guy who's
Yeah.
was
He had all the status in the world in DC. His dad was big time, this and that, and he was a mature guy, and he still struggled being the younger guy there.
He did.
Yeah, so imagine Richie's gonna really struggle with that. Like I said, I'm good reason they put that blazer on. It was gonna be a whole different attire.
Yeah. Well, I'm
on the show.
I'm glad he put the blazer on. It added a touch of class, a little bit of sophistication.
Yeah, but a 7 Mile dude gonna be a 7 Mile dude. They're gonna be themselves. They're gonna want to be themselves.
And people don't. A lot of us. Wait a minute. You got to explain to our audience. Explain to them about when you say the 7 Mile guy, because I get exactly what you're saying. It's like shorthand to me, but everybody's not from Detroit, so kind of give some understanding or clarification of what the 7 Mile guy, what that's kind of like.
A 7 Mile guy is gonna be just, you know what I mean? He's gonna be a regular dude. He likes to go up to the corner store. He comes about 2 or 3 times a day, and he hang with the people in his neighborhood and his block, and he's known to these people for 20 years, most of his life, and that's just who they are. They're gonna want to wear what they want to wear. They're gonna, if you not a smoker and they're a smoker, they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna change their minds and do nothing. If they out of dress code, y'all just can't go to the spot. They ain't about to change. They gonna, everybody they want to be themselves. And that's just what it is. And they find a lot of women who are on the same level or on the same playing field, who like that type of guy and things of that nature. And they usually always got women. It's not a situation, but when you're dealing with a TV show and all these women are trying to come with this glamorous persona, or they want to be seen as higher, or they want to have this own network, Oprah, bourgeois, a made for TV kind of atmosphere. Look, that's not his style. That's not a 7 Mile guy's style. That's something you see how Darius is kind of working it. You know what I mean? Like, that's his style. He knows how to come in there and play it. But yeah, for somebody like Richie, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put. You're having a conversation in the chat. I'm gonna leave that off the screen for a particular reason that we'll discuss on a later episode about Richie, right? Okay. So so now to the ladies. Let's get over to the ladies now, because we got 2 ladies that are in the bottom 2. You got Dominique over here to the right, and then over to the left, you've got Emily. And both of these ladies are 2 of our more seasoned ladies, and they're both up for elimination. Guys, where did they go wrong? I mean, they're beautiful, they're attractive. What do you say, JR?
I just think compared to the interactions with the other ladies. The guys just felt these two were just not quite their speed. They
Okay.
are two more seasoned ladies. And you know, they have the thing that they have in common is they both have set their standard. Like we said, we have one who's been with former pro athletes. We have the other one who said she's looking for a guy who's, you know, like I said, for me, it sounded like she's looking for a younger guy, slightly younger than her, where his virility is important and the fact that he's got some life and some vibrancy and all that stuff. But is that guy necessarily going to choose an old woman like her when there's other ladies around that, you know, are more his age group? But what's his name? The King of Detroit, the guy that called himself the King. You know, he was someone that possibly could have matched with one of these type of ladies.
Okay.
Devon, I think his name is. I don't know. But,
Yeah, Derek be younger.
yeah, but I think he's 40, but he definitely comes across as having the ability
Mature.
to provide some. Yeah, he seems very mature, very dashing, very dapper. Seems like he might be a good match for one of these two, but that's only one vote, and the rest of the guys are not like him. So it's just a numbers game, and these two found themselves at the bottom, unfortunately for them.
Okay, yeah. We were left on a bit of a cliffhanger this episode, so I'm assuming that when we come back next week, guys, we will know exactly who was eliminated, if it was one woman and one man, or whatever the case may be. But Tommy did say, right now, you're not going anywhere, but we will know soon who's going somewhere. So I don't know. Latasha says the King of Detroit should have been in the bottom. He's definitely here to play. Who you guys
Nah,
talking about?
the ladies really liked him. I
Wait a
think he
minute.
was the one that really stood out.
We're not talking about either of these two guys. It was the King of Detroit.
No,
No, I'm
Okay.
talking about the dude with
no.
the
Okay.
silver.
The guy
Oh.
that owns
bow tie.
the luxury car service.
Oh,
And
the guy here in the backdrop, right here to the right on the lady's
no,
picture.
that's Bello.
No.
That's
No, not
Bello.
him.
The
No.
guy with he had a bling bling bow tie and a bling thing on the
Oh.
suit.
And some bling Beijing in his hair too. And gold throne.
Look, wait a minute. We're gonna find this guy. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. You said he had a gold bow tie on. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
looking.
No,
he's not in
silver,
the
like
shot.
it's like bling bow tie, like
Silver.
diamonds in the bow tie.
I don't see it. I don't see that person. Okay. I don't see him, guys. But
He's there. He was in black. He was in like a black tuxedo type thing.
oh, wait a minute. You said I did have his picture up.
Nah, he's not in. He's not in
He's
the
not
shot.
in any of these shots. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I don't think he's there to play. I mean, I think he got a bunch of kids. It seemed like.
Yeah.
that was a good thing about this cast. Like
Well,
both of them had kids.
A
So,
bunch of
I don't know.
kids.
He seems like he could.
everybody in the cast like they had a bunch of kids in Detroit. Like when I was hearing the numbers, I was hearing no less than 3s and 4s on some of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all got Felicia laughing. JR.
So yeah, I think he's actually carries himself in a way where he could easily come across as a elder
Man.
playboy type dude.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
confident. A lot of the women gravitated towards him, took one look at him and was like, "Yep, that's the guy."
That's him
Look,
right there next to the
got
girl in
that
the orange
swag.
dress.
He's got
Okay.
that confidence.
No,
But
that's not him.
no,
That's what they're saying. They're saying she's saying that he's next to the orange dress lady. So one of
no,
these.
no,
Is that him?
no, that's not him.
You think maybe he took his bow tie off?
Oh
Is that
wait. No, is that
him with the glasses?
no? Because he wasn't wearing glass. He wasn't wearing shades.
And he's not that tall. He's not that tall as them.
Okay, well, you know what? I give up. I have to break it. Okay, she's saying Darius.
Yeah,
Okay.
Darius' his name, but yeah, he wasn't that
Yeah,
tall.
Darius is his name. Yeah.
Okay, Darius. Okay. I give up, guys. Okay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll have more when we come back next week. Some people said Mona said the show was a little bit slow for her. The pacing needs to pick up. I'm sure it will definitely be picking up from what we're seeing from things to come on this season. There's gonna be this, and there's a lot of people crying, men and women. Did you guys notice that on the what's coming up this season?
Mhm.
People were crying. Grown men were crying in the handkerchiefs, and women were crying. All this crying going on. So something's happening.
Look like there's going to be some beef in the men's lounge as well.
Oh yeah, one guy said you talk too much. You talk too much, and
Yeah,
I
that
think.
was him. That's Darius saying that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, hey, we get ready to shimmy and shake on out of here. Uh, Ryan, you want to tell the people where they can find you? Social
More on
media.
Facebook and IG is I am Ron Freeman. It's posted over there. Both of them the same. And like I said, I usually keep you up to date what's going on in my life from social media standpoint. But like I
Okay.
said, for the show, I think they're going back to old format. So I don't next episode, I think only one and one to be eliminated. Kind of like what they did with on my season, where we had 4 at the bottom, and then they just eliminated one and one. Ended up doing that. So I think they're going back to what work after getting all that feedback that you guys all gave them from the Philadelphia situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think you might be right. I think one on each side will probably get sent home, and then the other 2 remaining will. It's like they're put on notice that they have to go back into the group and make a better impression. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's just only 2 people eliminated and 2 people get a reprieve.
Yeah, and I don't know who the one and one will probably be, but I got a good feeling that Dominique stays on.
Yeah, I think so
Just
too.
because she has high status in the city, those people don't get eliminated first. Production wouldn't bring her. Yeah, they're hard. Those people are hard to get on the show.
Right.
So when you bring
And
them there,
then
you almost got to keep them a little longer than
right,
let
you
them
can
go
see the
first.
look on her face. She like, I know
Yeah,
y'all like got me up here in the bottom. Like what?
yeah. Like
Uh-uh.
you wouldn't
No.
bring her on for a dummy mission like that. She ended up causing a wreck on the side. She's suing everybody.
She said, I know where all the bodies are buried around here in the
Yeah.
D, east side and west side and the burbs.
Yeah, so like you know what I mean. You got people with like you can always kind of tell like a hint for the show, like to give out the birds. But if they got a very high profile person on there, like you know what I mean, like that one lawyer that they had in Miami who was like
Mhm.
head of like
I was just thinking about her the other day.
Advocate
Real
Sue, your
pretty.
homegirl, yeah,
Yeah, Miami. The one. What's her name?
Advocate Sue. You called her Advocate Sue, remember?
Advocate Sue. Yes, Advocate Sue. Oh my God. Yes, Sue Robinson.
Yeah, I was like, dang, she ain't going nowhere. Like
Oh,
you know what I mean?
she
Like,
is big. When
you
I
gonna
when
bring her
I
on there to eliminate her?
when I saw her, I said she looks familiar, and then I realized she's been on all this stuff. She's like top shelf, really top shelf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But any other comments you want to add, Jr? Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on IG, Instagram as JRXTV, TikTok JRXTV, YouTube Life is Reality, and yeah, see you for next week's review. And looks interesting. Got off to a good start, and it will be interesting to see who gets eliminated.
Oh
So
yeah.
like, share, and hit the notification bell. Leave comments, and you may get a response.
That's right. You may get a response. I will respond, guys. I will respond. And just one little other note. I got some feedback in the comments a while back about you know, co-host, guest, featured people. Listen, I love these 2 gentlemen. There is no secret, there's no shame in my game. I love these 2 gentlemen to the moon and back. So I'm sorry if that's not working for you, then oh well. But anyway, we're getting ready to shimmy and shake on out of here. You guys have a great weekend and a great week, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye.